In any business, one of the most important things is being able to keep a customer happy. That's why today I'm going to teach you guys how I deal with one of the most stressful situations as a reseller, refunds. After selling on eBay for almost a whole year now, one of the things that I'm most proud about is receiving 0 negative reviews. So in all the time that I've been selling on eBay and Amazon, I've had a total of around 10 refunds. And none of those refunds have left me with bad reviews. Alright, let me talk about a refund I had recently. Basically, I was selling this travel Scrabble kit, like the little board game, and I copied a listing, but the one I copied, it was a brand new listing. So when I listed the item, I changed the title to have it say used and everything like that, but in the description, if you looked very carefully, it said brand new. But mine wasn't brand new. Mine was used, and when I sent it to the buyer, they got it, and basically they complained. They messaged me saying how it's not brand new, like it was stated in the listing, and it was missing a few pieces. So right off the bat, I knew that I was in the wrong because it was supposed to be listed as used and not brand new. So pretty much I just replied. I said, "Hello, thank you so much for informing me that my item was listed as new. I copied the listing and didn't change that part, so you saved me a lot of unhappy customers in the future. As for the return, go ahead and send the item back, and once I receive it, I'll issue you a full refund. Again, sorry about all this. Have a great day. Stay safe." Now, I could have went off and said, oh, if you look at the title, it obviously says it's not brand new, and the pictures don't even show that it's brand new either. But instead, I decided to thank them. Also, the item's only $14. Not too big of a loss. But this person was very respectful about it, and in return, I was respectful about it as well. We messaged back and forth because I actually bought them a shipping label, which is, what you don't have to do it, but I felt obligated to do it for the return just because it was included with the free shipping. So I bought them a shipping label, but they couldn't print it out because they usually go to a public printer, but everything's closed because of the coronavirus. So this is a tip if you're a buyer too. Be nice, because basically they asked me to send them a shipping label so that they could ship the item back to me. I totally could have said, that's totally out of my way, I don't have to do that, and they would just have to wait until they could resend the item to me and to get their money back. But since they were nice to me and respectful, I decided to be nice and respectful back, go out of my way to send them a shipping label so that they could return their item and get a refund. Your reputation is a lot more important than $14 going down the drain. And honestly, at that $14 price point, I should have just told them to keep the item and refund them fully so I don't have to deal with, them sending it back and stuff and paying for that. My mistake, I should have let them keep it, but if it was like a $50 item, then yes, I would request them send it back to me, but if it's in the future, if it's a $10 item or lower, I'm just going to say they can keep it, and I'll just fully refund them. But this was a pleasant experience. The person wasn't being rude at all. They were being super nice and polite about everything when messaging me, when asking for a refund. So, this is what happens on a good day when you make a mistake. Now moving on to a more stressful refund. This happened about a week ago. I know I was stupid with my shipping. I wasn't packaging the items safely enough, and I sent this guy who is a long time eBay customer. You can see here he has 13,000 plus reviews, and he basically just said, "So what would you like to do about the console you shipped? Absolutely destroyed with your terrible shipping." And in the pictures, the consoles are barely damaged, but that being said, this person could be a collector, and my judgment of what's acceptable can be completely different from their judgment of what's acceptable. So I understand that. I understand why they could be mad that there's a little bit of damage to something, and I'm totally in the wrong for that. But I could sense the hostility in his message. I knew with 13,000 reviews, he's not taking any bullshit. So I messaged him back, honestly. What you want to do is you want to find out from the other person what you can learn in the situation and what you can do to become better. So that's what I did. I said, "I'll give you a full refund," not even asking for him to return the item. I said, "Thank you for your harsh honesty. It put me into place." And from there, out of this hostile situation, I somehow turned it into a better one where he was nicer and he was actually teaching me things. He said, you know, bro, what are you doing? Or what were you thinking shipping like this? I've never seen someone ship a console like this. You can't half-ass the shipment process. You're responsible for this item until it gets to the buyer, so you need to pack the item like you would want to get it. You know, nicely bubble wrapped, shipped in a box. Doesn't have to be new box, reused boxes. And just gave me like a bunch of pointers and stuff on how I can ship the item better next time, which is what I've actually been doing ever since he ripped my ass on that. I've gotten a lot better at my packaging, gotten a lot more thoughtful at my packaging, and making sure I don't get a mess like this ever again. You know, you're not trying to keep all the money. In some cases, you're trying to get the item back, but in a lot of the cases, you're just trying to get that positive feedback because, again, reputation is more important than a couple of dollars. But be at the bottom of this message. Take this as a lesson learned. I won't give you harsh feedback because you have handled it responsibly, and I appreciate this. Take this as a lesson learned. But yeah, this guy put me on the spot, and now I make sure that I pack everything nicely and safely. If you're wondering how I packaged it, I think I threw everything into... It was a bundle, so I threw everything into like a plastic bag just so it wouldn't move, and then around that plastic bag I had cardboard like taped around it, and then I threw that into a poly mailer, which is fucking terrible. Do not do that, or else it's gonna end up like it did in the pictures. Yeah, just stupid mistake on my part, but it was the first time I've really ever got called out on it, and I'm glad he called me out on that, because otherwise I would have sold a lot of stuff and shipped a lot of stuff like that, and like he says, I would have just been asking for problems. And obviously this whole video is kind of talking about refunds that have been my fault. There's a lot of times that people want refunds and it's just buyer's remorse. Like they didn't want the item that they got, or they make an excuse about how their little brother bought it on accident, which, you know, I've actually got before. That's when you just get the item sent back to you and you refund them fully. Like, that stuff happens sometimes. You just got to do that. But I'm specifically talking about times where you screw up. You have to claim that you're in the wrong, and you have to try to ask the person respectfully what you can learn from this and how you can be better next time. So if you ever find yourself in a situation like I did, remember to tell yourself that your reputation is more important than a few bucks. Hopefully you guys enjoy this type of content. If you do, please go ahead and subscribe right down here to let me. I got some of my older videos. Please go ahead and check them out. But anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day. My name is Austin Hustles. Pay attention to what you list and how you ship. But I'm out. Later.